It all started with a screenshot. Just one screenshot, one small picture that carried the weight of a storm nobody saw coming. At first, it seemed harmless. A blurry image of a chat, someone's WhatsApp name at the top. A few words that didn't look like much. But in a place where gossip spreads faster than wildfire, nothing stays small for long. It was a Sunday evening in Umuse, a quiet town where everybody knew everybody. The family WhatsApp group was busy, as usual. Aunties sending goodnight prayers, uncles forwarding political jokes, cousins sharing memes. And somewhere in between all that noise, a message dropped. It came from Auntie Obi, the one who always knew too much about everyone. Her message came with no explanation, just a caption that said, "Is this your future husband and Josie?" God forbid. Underneath her words was the picture that changed everything. It was a WhatsApp chat. Emeka's profile picture, clearly visible, same smile, same neatly trimmed beard. The chat showed a message from him that said, "Baby, last night was amazing. I miss your body already." And below that, a reply filled with red heart emoji. For 10 full seconds, the group was silent. Then came the typing notifications. One by one, the messages started flooding in. Greater than, the church boy, Uncle Chuka. Ngozi, my dear, please check this matter well. Oh, Auntie Ruth. Who sent this? Where did it come from? Mama Joy. Ngozi sat frozen in her room, her phone vibrating nonstop. She had been scrolling through her wedding mood board on Pinterest just moments before. Her heart was light, her face glowing with excitement. Everything was finally falling into place. The dress, the catering, the invitations, and now this. Her fingers trembled as she opened the family group chat. She saw the screenshot. Her heart dropped. She felt her stomach twist into a knot so tight it hurt to breathe. This can't be real. She stared at it again. Emeka's picture, his name, his words. It looked real. Too real. Ngozi tried calling him immediately. He didn't pick up. She called again. Nothing. The third time, it went straight to voicemail. The silence from his end hurt more than the messages themselves. By the time she received his text, her hands were cold. Greater than, "Don't believe what you see. It's fake. I swear." That's all he said. No explanation. No call, no proof, just those words. Her phone kept buzzing. Cousins, friends, aunties all calling to ask the same question in different tones. "Have you seen it? Is it true? My dear, I warned you about men who smile too much." By 9 p.m., Mama Joy's voice note arrived. "Ngozi, my daughter, come to my house tomorrow morning. We must talk about this matter before it gets out of hand." Ngozi didn't sleep that night. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw the screenshot again. Her mind replayed every conversation she'd ever had with Emeka, every promise, every prayer, every plan. Could he really do this to her? Or was someone trying to destroy what they had built? She thought about the family dynamics. How some cousins were jealous of her engagement, how Auntie Obi never liked Emeka because he was too quiet, how rumors had already begun that Emeka's family wasn't as wealthy as they claimed. Maybe someone wanted to see her fall. At midnight, she scrolled through old messages from Emeka. He'd never said anything like that before. His tone had always been respectful, calm, sweet, in a quiet way. He wasn't the kind of man to send such words publicly, but the screenshot looked exactly like his style. Same profile picture, same typing pattern, same times. The doubt was eating her alive. Outside, the crickets chirped loudly. The sound of the night felt heavier than usual. She wanted to cry, but the tears refused to come. Her phone screen kept lighting up with new messages, whispers disguised as sympathy. Ngozi, please don't let this break you. You deserve better. Men like him are everywhere. Thank God you found out now. Her mind screamed for silence, but the world wouldn't stop talking. By morning, she finally drifted into a shallow sleep, just for an hour. When she woke, her phone was at 2% battery and filled with over 100 unread messages. The news had spread beyond the family group. The screenshot had made its way into another group, Umu's wedding updates, and from there, it was already circulating through church circles and neighborhood chats. People she barely knew were now sending her messages filled with pity. Greater than, sorry, my sister. I know how painful it is. Be strong. God will give you someone better. She threw her phone onto the bed and covered her face with her hands. It wasn't just humiliation anymore. It was heartbreak, mixed with confusion. She didn't know what to believe, who to trust, or where to begin fixing what was broken. Later that morning, Amara, her best friend, arrived at her door, panting from the ride. Ngozi, you've seen it, right? Please tell me you don't believe that nonsense. Ngozi just shook her head. I don't know what to believe anymore, Amara. Everyone's talking. Even my mom says people are calling her from the village. Amara sighed deeply. People love drama more than food. Don't let them win. Just talk to Emeka again. Let him explain everything. But Emeka wasn't answering anymore. He had gone completely silent. When she finally reached him, hours later, his voice was cold, distant. Ngozi, I told you, it's fate. I'm tired of explaining myself to everyone. My mother, my pastor, even my boss asked me if it's true. I didn't spread it, she said through tears. I know, he replied sharply, but it doesn't matter anymore. People believe what they want. Then he hung up. And in that moment, Ngozi felt something inside her break. Not loud, not dramatic, just a quiet, painful crack that she couldn't undo. By evening, her mother's advice echoed in her mind. Better a delayed wedding than a broken marriage. Ngozi wanted to believe this storm would pass, that the truth would come out eventually. But deep inside, a small voice whispered that the real story had only just begun. By morning, the screenshot had escaped. It wasn't just the family group anymore. It had spread from one WhatsApp chat to another. It moved faster than Ngozi could imagine. Umu's wedding updates, church ladies group, even neighborhood chat. Everywhere it went, it carried the same shock, the same whispers. Her phone never stopped buzzing. Messages poured in like rain. Some sympathetic, some judgmental, some simply malicious. Greater than, Ngozi, my sister. Are you sure about this? Be careful. Oh, men like this are everywhere. I saw it too. Very dangerous. She pressed the phone to her chest, her heart pounding. She felt like the world had turned against her. She didn't sleep. She barely ate. Her hands shook as she scrolled through the endless notifications. Amara arrived at her door in the afternoon. She looked tired, but her face held determination. Ngozi, please, don't let this control you. Let him explain. Let Emeka speak first. Ngozi shook her head. I've tried. He's not answering. He keeps saying it's fake. I want to believe him, Amara. I really do. But everyone is calling. Everyone is judging. Amara took her hands. Listen, gossip spreads like wildfire. People love drama more than truth. We need a plan. Don't let them win. Don't react blindly. Ngozi wanted to cry. She wanted to scream. But mostly, she just wanted this nightmare to end. By evening, Mama Joy called. Her voice was heavy with worry. My daughter, we need to think carefully. People are already talking in the village. Your father is asking questions. We must be wise. Do you want to delay the wedding? Ngozi's stomach sank. Delay the wedding. After everything they had planned. Before she could answer, her phone rang again. It was Emeka, she answered, her voice trembling. Ngozi, he said, sharp and tired. I told you, it's fake. I've never sent that message. I don't know who is doing this, but people are believing it anyway. I'm tired of explaining. I didn't send it, she cried. I didn't forward it. I didn't show anyone. I know, he replied, voice softening. But it doesn't matter. People believe what they want to believe. And just like that, he hung up. Ngozi slumped on her bed, her mind racing. Someone was deliberately trying to destroy them. She didn't know who or why, but the thought was terrifying. The next day, she went to check on her cousin Chuka, the one who first shared the screenshot. He pretended to be shocked. Oh, I didn't know how it would go viral like this. I was just sharing it with Auntie Obi. But Ngozi didn't believe him. She noticed the faint smirk on his lips when he thought she wasn't looking. By midday, the gossip had reached Emeka's family too. His mother called, voice trembling. Emeka, my son, what is this I am hearing? Is it true? Are you disrespecting Emeka slammed his hands on the table. Mama, it's fake. I swear to God, it's fake. But it didn't matter. Once a lie starts traveling, it takes on a life of its own. Cousins called, aunts sent voice notes. Even the pastor of their church had received screenshots from well-meaning members who thought they were helping. That evening, Ngozi sat quietly by the window. Outside, the street was calm. Children playing, hawkers calling. Inside, her world was falling apart. Amara came back with a plan. We need proof, Ngozi. Proof that this screenshot is fake. Check every angle, every detail. If we can show it's doctored, maybe we can stop the madness. Ngozi nodded, exhausted. She felt trapped between trust and doubt, between love and the judgment of everyone around her. But somewhere in the shadows, a figure watched, calm, patient, knowing exactly how chaos spreads, a quiet smile on their face. The storm had only begun. The next morning, the house felt heavier. Every message Ngozi had received the night before still echoed in her mind. Every whisper from neighbors, cousins, and even strangers online seemed louder. It was like the whole town was leaning over her shoulder, waiting for her to break. Her phone vibrated again. It was Auntie Obi. Ngozi, my dear, people are talking. Your wedding can't proceed like this. You must address this immediately. Ngozi pressed the phone against her chest, her heartbeat racing. She wanted to scream, "It's not true," but the words stuck in her throat. She knew that once a lie reaches enough ears, it doesn't matter what the truth is, the damage is done. At lunch, her mother arrived. Mama Joy's face was tight, eyes heavy with worry. "We need to call a family meeting," she said, "before more damage is done. People are asking questions. Even your father has heard rumors." Ngozi nodded slowly. She had dreaded this. A family meeting in Umuz wasn't just a discussion, it was a trial. Every cousin, aunt, uncle, and even the elders of the church would be present. Every word spoken would carry judgment. By evening, the compound was crowded. Voices echoed through the yard as family members gathered. Aunties whispered to each other. Men shook their heads in disapproval, and some cousins exchanged knowing glances. Ngozi felt her stomach tighten. Emeka arrived with a serious face. He didn't speak much. He simply followed her into the hall. The elders sat in their usual places, Uncle Pius at the center, a stern man who rarely smiled. and Brother Matthew, the church elder, keeping a neutral watch over everything. Auntie Obie was already seated, looking calm and composed, as if she owned the room. When the meeting began, she didn't waste time. "I saw it with my own eyes," she declared, voice steady, Ngozi. Emeka, he was at the hotel with a woman, very close, very intimate. I could not stay silent. The room erupted, murmurs, gasps, and whispered warnings filled the air. Eyes turned to Emeka. Emeka stood, his face pale but determined. "That is a lie," he shouted, his voice echoing in the hall. "I was never at any hotel with any woman. That day, I was at the Freedom Hotel only to meet a client. Nothing else happened. It's fake." Auntie Obie tilted her head slightly. "I don't know what you're saying, Emeka, but people saw what they saw. I only warned her to be careful." Ngozi's heart sank further. She realized something terrible. The person who had spread the lie had anticipated this meeting. Auntie Obie had crafted her story perfectly, presenting herself as concerned, leaving Emeka no space for explanation. Before the situation could spiral further, Ngozi's cousin Chidi spoke up. "Wait, let's hear from Ngozi's side too. She's the one affected. Ngozi, please." Ngozi's voice trembled as she spoke. I don't know what to believe anymore. I love Emeka. I know him. I've never seen him behave like this. But people are already judging. I need to know the truth clearly. I can't make decisions based on rumors." The room went silent. Even Auntie Obie's confident face faltered for a moment. Then, unexpectedly, the door opened. A young woman stepped in, calm, composed, holding a small folder. She wore a smart African print dress, her posture confident. "I'm Evelyn," she said. "I work with Emeka. I'm the client. He met at Freedom Hotel. I can confirm everything he said is true. We were discussing architectural plans, nothing personal. Here are the documents and emails confirming our meeting." A hush fell over the room. Eyes widened, jaws dropped. Even Auntie Obie's face turned pale. Ngozi felt a wave of relief. Emeka's shoulders relaxed slightly. He took her hand. "See," he whispered, "it's always been me and you, nothing else." Auntie Obie tried to respond, but no one listened. The elders murmured among themselves, shaking their heads. Some aunties whispered apologies, realizing how far gossip had carried them. Ngozi took a deep breath, tears streaming. She realized that the battle wasn't just against lies, but against the way people loved drama more than truth. But for now, in that room, the truth had returned. Emeka pulled her into a gentle embrace. "We'll face this together," he said softly. "Always." Ngozi nodded, finally feeling the storm settle, at least for now. She knew the road ahead would still have whispers and doubts. But she also knew something stronger had emerged: trust, love, and the courage to fight the lies. The morning sun filtered through the thin curtains of Ngozi's room, painting soft stripes on the floor. The previous days felt like a storm that had left her drained, but strangely awake. She looked at Emeka, sitting across from her at the breakfast table, eyes still red from lack of sleep, but calm now. "Thank you for standing by me," she said softly, her fingers brushing his. Emeka smiled faintly. "It was always you and me, Ngozi. Nothing can change that." The phone buzzed again. This time, it was a flood of apologies. Family members, cousins, aunties, and even those who had spread the gossip sent messages begging forgiveness, admitting they had acted too soon, too harshly. Ngozi's mother, Mama Joy, called first. "My daughter, I am sorry for all the pressure. I should have trusted your heart and your eyes." Let's move forward, together. Ngozi felt tears prick her eyes. She had been through anger, confusion, and betrayal by mere words. Yet here she was, learning that truth had a way of shining through even the darkest lies. Later that day, Emeka went with her to meet Evelyn. They thanked her for coming forward, and she smiled warmly. Truth always wins, she said, handing them a copy of all meeting confirmations and emails. But the story didn't end there. Ngozi knew they had to protect themselves from future attacks. Together, they crafted a plan. Limit unnecessary sharing of personal moments online. Always clarify facts before reacting. And trust each other above everything else. By evening, the couple returned to the garden outside their home. Ngozi looked around at the small hibiscus flowers she had planted months ago. Their colors seemed brighter now, vibrant against the soft African sunset. Emeka knelt beside her, picking a small flower. Let's plant more, he said. Not just flowers, Ngozi. Let's plant trust, love, and patience too, so nothing can uproot them, no matter what storms come. Ngozi laughed softly, the sound light and free for the first time in days. And what about Emma? She asked, thinking of the friend who had caused so much chaos. Emeka shook his head. Some lessons are better learned quietly. We'll forgive, but we won't forget. We stay strong together. Night fell, painting the sky in deep blues and oranges. Crickets chirped softly, the distant laughter of children carried on the wind. Ngozi and Emeka sat together, hands intertwined, hearts at peace. The storm had passed. What remained was a love hardened by suspicion, strengthened by truth, and ready to face the world. They knew challenges would always come, that whispers and rumors would never fully disappear. But they had learned the most important lesson. Trust and truth were stronger than gossip, stronger than fear. And as they watched the stars emerge, one by one, in the African night sky, Ngozi whispered, "No matter what happens, we face it together." Emeka squeezed her hand. Always. The gentle wind carried away the last remnants of doubt, leaving only the soft promise of a future built on love, understanding, and resilience.